Hi guys, welcome to Strength Reversed. My name is Amy. Thank you for watching. Today you are in my boudoir and I am going to show you inside my dresser. Why? Because it's all KonMaried and I'm going to show you the result of that. And then if you stay tuned, I'm going to do a KonMari Your Life spread that was posted by Owl and Bones on Instagram. And they always post fantastic spreads. So I'm going to try that one. I don't know if you've watched the KonMari TV show. I've watched a couple episodes. I don't know why it's fascinating, but it is. It's fascinating for the same reason why I have a couple of like home improvement organization channels that I subscribe to on YouTube. And I don't know why it's fascinating to watch other people clean their house, but it's totally inspirational. So I'm going to show you inside my dresser before I try this reading. I will say I did not dump everything out of the drawers and put it in one big heap, but I did empty each drawer as I went. And yeah, I thought it wouldn't be practical, but it totally is. And things are nice and neat and in a line. So let me show you. Okay, so I have my bottom drawer. Look how beautiful that is. This is all like t-shirts and tank tops. And I like being able to see every top without digging through these messy piles that just get messier, and then pretty soon it ends up being a big clump. Now I do have like a sock pile and then swimsuits and shorts. I like being able to see everything. This is like my workout clothes drawer. So I have, yes, I wear black leggings to work out, and my tops. And then I have a pajama drawer that looks like so. And I have like special socks that I wear to bed that are fuzzy socks that I don't put in my sock drawer because I think it's a different category. And I'm not going to show you my underwear drawer because it's my underwear drawer. But that's my, that's my dresser. So let me do this spread and maybe I can apply my dresser principle to the rest of my life and we'll see how that works. Okay, so here is the KonMari Your Life spread by Owl and Bones Tarot. And I will somehow figure out how to link to Instagram, or I'll at least put their Instagram in the description, and I'll try to figure out how to include a picture of the spread in the video. I just accidentally set my whole incense stick on fire, so if it's smoking profusely, that's what that is. So here is, just in case I can't get a picture, here is this spread. Card number 1 is what needs tidying. Card number 2 is what sparks joy. Card number 3 is what can you let go. Card number 4 is how can you show gratitude. And card number 5 is what did you make space for? Or I'm going to, I guess, for me, it makes more sense to call it what I will make space for, or what I could make space for. So if you watch the show, all of these categories are things that she, you know, says all the time. I consider myself a pretty organized person in general. So if I want my life to look like my dresser drawers, I guess this is what needs tidying. It says careful planning. I don't like keywords, but the Page of Watches, or Pentacles, that would be Pentacles. Like I said, I'm pretty organized, and I feel like, it's funny it says careful planning. I do have a spiritual planner, like an actual calendar that I am using this year, and I've stuck with it since January, and it has worked pretty well. So I think keeping everything written down and making a goal for each day has helped me tremendously to stay on track and not get bogged down in the day-to-day, realities, the mundane details of life that kind of really, I tend to veer off path when I get bogged down in that. I come home from work and if the TV comes on or I sit down, I'm kind of done and my energy for other things dissipates. So when I have used this planner, I find that I'm able to accomplish more and meet a lot of my spiritual goals or tarot goals or other kinds of goals. So I think what needs tidying is the focus of my energy. I think I'm going to have to be very diligent and continue to be very diligent. This was a new thing that I was trying this year, and that's definitely, my energies are what need weeding and cleaning up. You know, like when you go through everything in that gigantic pile that you, the big KonMari pile that you make on your bed, and you go through each and everything and say, what sparks joy? I need to do that with my to-do list. It's going to have to be pared down. I've said this before. This has come through to me in other readings, but am I going to listen? Stay tuned. Okay, number 2 is what sparks joy, and that is the 9 of Wands. So this 9 of Wands, this deck has umbrellas, and this is kind of a, I guess, Victorian sort of clown-looking guy. He looks very smug and satisfied with himself, and apparently he has a giant condom on his head. I don't know what that is. A silly clown hat. What sparks joy for me is order. I've always been an sorter of things and an organizer and a categorizer, and I just feel better when my ducks are in a row. I feel better when my house is cleaned and when I don't come home to a mess. I find that my mind just works better when everything is neat and tidy. You know, I really didn't think that organizing my dresser like that I thought it would look good, but it really does. I kind of finally got what she was saying when she said, does it spark joy? Because I used to open my dresser and I'd get this heavy feeling and it was a mess and I'd feel annoyed and I'd be like, oh, I have to fix this someday. And now when I open my dresser, it kind of makes me happy to see all the neat, tidy little rows, and it's just easier. It's more functional. And that really does spark joy. So I think paring this down and being able to check off goals and, you know, having a plan. I mean, I think you can be over-planned, but I think you can also, you know, you can be too defensive. You can be over-prepared, but I think a little preparation and organization, I just work better like that. Number 3 is what can I let go? I just think it's weird. The perspective here, my arm looks like gigantic. It's weird. The page of cutlery, another page. And this says contemplation, but when I look at this, what I immediately think of are those gigantic forks and spoons that people used to have hanging on their kitchen wall in the 70s. You know, it's just like too big for the space. It's out of proportion. And I think the cutlery is the swords in this deck. You know, I can overthink. I can really beat a dead horse. I really can. I mean, if you just look at this card, I think, first of all, what the hell is she doing? Because she can't really get anything done with that stupid fork in her hand. And, you know, what is she going to weed the entire, you know, mountainside. I don't know. I really can get a little bit flighty sometimes, and I can let my mind run away with me. And I think this card, what needs tidying, like where my energy goes, a lot of it goes like right out my mind. I spin a lot. I really need to let go of overthinking. Yeah, that'll happen. Number 4 is, how can I show gratitude? Oh, that's a weird gratitude card. You know, I'm a born pessimist. I'm wired that way. I'm convinced that some people are just, it's very easy for them to be optimistic, and for some people, their default setting is not so optimistic, maybe a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for, jaded, or anyway, that's me. And I really have to work hard to not go down the rabbit hole of being misanthropic. I'm constantly, I feel, borderline misanthropic. So the devil, how can I show gratitude? I think I need to, you know, let go of the details and that need for perfectionism, and maybe be thankful that even if I don't get here and cross all that stuff off my to-do list, I mean, it does really make me happy. Man, this has come up for me over and over this year, is forgiving myself and letting myself off the hook and not being too hard on myself. But I think maybe looking at the positive, maybe focusing on what I do get done, or congratulating myself on that, is really how I can show gratitude. A negative Scorpio, come on. I know you've never heard of that. And then this last card is it says, what did you make space for? I guess by doing all of this, what did you make space for? It's really interesting that we have the Page of Cutlery here, and then we have this 2 of Swords here. And I know it says opposition, but I don't really get that from here. I think, you know, paring down all of these little leaks in my mind and in my other forms of energy really helps me clear my head. It really helps me kind of, 2 to me is about like a breathing out and a resting. It really does help me kind of pay attention to my intuition and go inside a little bit and be more in control of my thoughts. And I think that would be something right now, if I could KonMari my life, it would be to make space for that, to make space for a restful mind. Because if I'm out of sorts, like if I'm not in this place where things are at least a little organized, the thoughts just go out of control and the energy just gets really drained. Like I feel drained without even doing anything. So I'm on to something with my planner here that I started this year. My tarot planner, my spiritual planner. I love it. It has a monthly view and a calendar view. It's the same kind of planner I use for my lesson plans. So thanks, guys. Let me know if you try this spread, and thank you to Owl and Bones Tarot for posting it. I really liked this one. Please like or subscribe.